The big one this week was the BLS, that's the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Their report finally showed weaker job numbers, which is a sign that we're moving in the right direction. The report did come in lower than estimates, and the unemployment rate went up. And with that, we are pretty much guaranteed a 25 basis point cut in September, and we've got a chance at a 50 basis point cut. So in the job market, hourly earnings were up a bit, but weekly earnings and hours worked were down. And if you're wondering, this is a hint of weakness that we're looking for, because a lot of the gains that we saw in part-time employment were for economic reasons, which simply means people need a second job. And with that, we can expect to see less spending in the future. Inflation numbers like CPI and PCE have been overstated, but real-time data from sources like Truflation and Camden Property Trust show that shelter costs are finally starting to slow down, and this is good news for future inflation reports, and also something we've been waiting on for quite some time. We've been expecting that shelter costs to catch up, but purchase and refi applications were down week over week, but with rates on their way down, we'll likely see those pick back up. And the Fed meeting this week did confirm a rate cut is likely in September, unless something big happens in the data. And Jerome Powell, he's the Fed chair, he sounded ready for a cut, saying that they're prepared to respond if the labor market weakens unexpectedly. And like I said, we are starting to see it. But here's what the market's expecting, right? Number one, the Fed to cut rates in September, and with a good chance of 2 to 3 cuts by the end of the year. And this means we can expect mortgage rates to slowly come down throughout the year. But we might not, we might see a pause and some pullback before they make a big move lower again, because rates, they never go up or down in a straight line. But next week, we're pretty light on news. Pretty much only news coming out is jobless claims. But thanks for tuning into this week's update. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next Friday. If you've got any questions or there's anything I could do for you, obviously feel free to reach out. Take care.